Hello and welcome to DST.edu. I'm Al DiNicola with DST Investments, a service of Fiduciary Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor specializing in Delaware Statutory Trust and Section 1031 exchanges. In this presentation, we'll explore the various types of investment and commercial real estate commonly found in DST offerings. Whether you're a 1031 exchange investor or investing cash outside of an exchange, understanding the different asset classes is an important step towards making informed investment decisions. Well, let's get started. One of the questions we hear most often is, which type of Delaware Statutory Trust is right for me? The answer depends on your investment objectives, income needs, risk tolerance, and the requirements of your 1031 exchange. The DST marketplace is constantly evolving. Available offerings change as properties are acquired, fully subscribed, or sold. As a result, no 2 days in the DST market are exactly alike. At DST Investments, we have access to a broad range of DST offerings across multiple real estate sectors. In the next several minutes, we'll introduce you to the most common asset classes you'll encounter. While some are almost always available, others may only appear periodically. You'll also see portfolio DSTs that combine multiple properties or even multiple asset classes into a single investment. Our goal is to help you better understand your options so you can make informed investment decisions. Most Delaware Statutory Trust, or DSTs, are offered with institutional financing already in place. Each investor receives a proportionate share of that debt, which can help many 1031 exchange investors satisfy the debt replacement requirements that are needed for a full tax deferral. One significant advantage is that DST financing is generally non-recourse. Investors typically do not have to personally qualify for the loan, provide financial statements, or guarantee the debt. The loan is secured by the real estate itself. While most DSTs are leveraged, a limited number of debt-free offerings are also available for cash investors or those who do not need debt replacement. Some investors even combine leveraged, debt-free, and zero-coupon DSTs to customize their exchange strategy. Every 1031 exchange is unique, so working with a knowledgeable fiduciary advisor can help ensure your investment strategy aligns with your tax, income, and long-term financial objectives. But let's get started to address the types of DST properties that are typically available. Multifamily apartments remain one of the most popular asset classes in the DST marketplace and continue to be a cornerstone of many 1031 exchange portfolios. Demand for rental housing has helped make multifamily one of the largest and most widely available DST sectors. Many investors view apartments as a relatively defensive real estate investment because housing is an essential need. While multifamily DSTs may offer more moderate cash flow than some higher risk property types, they are often sought for their potential for stable occupancy, consistent income, and long-term appreciation. Today's offerings range from newly built Class A communities to stabilized Class B and select value-add properties, each with its own investment strategy and risk profile. Senior housing is a specialized asset class within the DST marketplace, supported by one of the strongest long-term trends in real estate, the aging U.S. population. As demand for senior living continues to grow, investors may find opportunities in independent living, assisted living, memory care, and continuing care retirement communities. These properties are professionally managed by experienced operators who oversee resident care, staffing, regulatory compliance, and daily operations. Because senior housing is more operationally intensive than other commercial real estate sectors, investment performance can be influenced by occupancy level, labor costs, operating expenses, and management quality. Student housing is a specialized asset class within the DST marketplace. Demand is largely driven by college and university enrollment making it a unique segment of the multifamily market. Properties located near well-established schools with stable or growing enrollment may benefit from strong occupancy, although performance varies by institution and local market. The larger university, especially those associated with power athletic conferences, appears to be in most demand. Student housing DSTs are professionally managed with experienced operators handling leasing, maintenance, marketing, and day-to-day operation. Investors may receive periodic cash distributions from rental income, and student housing can provide valuable diversification within a broader real estate portfolio. Manufactured housing communities, or MHC, are a growing asset class within the DST marketplace. They provide one of the nation's most affordable housing options, creating long-term demand across many markets. In many communities, residents own their own home and lease only the land, which can contribute to a lower turnover and longer average tenancy than traditional apartments. Income is typically generated through ground leases and may be supplemented by amenities, storage, or utility reimbursements. These communities are professionally managed with experienced operators overseeing maintenance, leasing, capital improvements, and daily operations. There are supply constraints, meaning limited offerings, and existing communities become more valuable. Manufactured housing communities can provide valuable diversification within a real estate portfolio. Net lease or triple net, listed as NNN, are among the most recognized asset classes in the DST marketplace. These investments typically consist of a single tenant property leased on a long term basis to nationally recognized companies, many of which have strong credit profiles. Common tenants may include retailers, pharmacies, healthcare providers, automotive service companies, and other essential businesses with names such as Walgreens, CVS, AutoZone, Dollar Tree, Fresenius Medical Care, and Tractor Supply. Many investors are attracted to net lease DSTs because of their potential for stable, predictable income supported by long-term leases. While these properties may offer less appreciation potential than other commercial real estate sectors, they have historically been favored by investors seeking consistent cash flow and a more conservative real estate investment strategy. As with any DST investment, each property should be evaluated individually based on its tenant, lease terms, location, and overall investment objectives. Medical office buildings, or MOBs, have been a core asset class in the DST marketplace for many years and continue to attract investor interest. Typical tenants include physician groups, outpatient surgery centers, imaging facilities, dialysis providers, specialty clinics, and other healthcare related services. As healthcare continues to shift towards outpatient and community based care, demand for well located medical office properties has remained strong. Many of these buildings require specialized construction and significant tenant improvements, making relocation more costly for tenants than in traditional office space. This can encourage longer lease terms and higher tenant retention. For investors seeking exposure to the healthcare real estate sector, medical office DSTs can provide an attractive opportunity. The office DST market has changed significantly in recent years as hybrid work has reshaped demand for office space. Today's offerings are less likely to be traditional multi-tenant office buildings and more likely to feature single-tenant, mission-critical properties occupied by financially strong companies or government agencies. These assets often include corporate headquarters, regional offices, research and development facilities, and specialized office campuses that are essential to the tenant's operations. Sponsors typically emphasize long-term leases, tenant credit quality, and strategic locations to help enhance income stability. While office DSTs may offer more moderate cash flows than in the past, investors should still evaluate each property tenant, lease structure, location, market condition, and overall investment strategy. Industrial real estate remains one of the strongest and most sought after asset classes in the DST marketplace. These properties include distribution centers, warehouses, logistics hubs, manufacturing facilities, cold storage, and last mile delivery centers that support today's supply chain. Demand continues to be driven by e-commerce, supply chain modernization, and domestic manufacturing, making industrial properties an important part of many real estate portfolios. Many industrial DSTs features long-term leases to nationally recognized companies in industries such as logistics, healthcare, manufacturing, food distribution, technology, and consumer products. While Amazon distribution centers help bring attention to this sector, today's industrial market is much broader and more diversified. As with any DST investment, investors should carefully review the property location, tenant quality, lease structure, and the private placement memorandum before making an investment decision. Hospitality is once again an active asset class in the DST marketplace. As travel, tourism, and business conferences have recovered, many hotel markets have experienced improved operating performance. Today's hospitality DSTs often feature nationally recognized brands such as Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, and IHG. Unlike most commercial real estate, hotel generates revenue through daily room rentals rather than long-term leases. This allows them to respond quickly to changes in occupancy, seasonal demand, and local economic conditions. While this can create opportunities for higher revenues during strong travel markets, it can also result in greater volatility during economic slowdowns. Because of these characteristics, hospitality DSTs are generally considered higher risk investments than sectors like multifamily, industrials, or net lease properties. Most hospitality DSTs are structured as all cash and many avoid leverage. Portfolio DSTs allow investors to achieve diversification through a single investment. Instead of owning one property, a portfolio DST may include multiple properties across different states, markets, tenants, and commercial real estate sectors. These portfolios can include multifamily apartments, industrial, medical office, self-storage, manufactured housing, student housing, retail, or net lease properties. This diversification may help reduce exposure to any single property, tenant, or geographic market. For many 1031 exchange investors, portfolio DSTs offer broad real estate exposure with professional institutional management and the potential for diversified income from multiple assets. While diversification cannot eliminate investment risk or guarantee returns, it helps to reduce concentration risk. Self-storage remains one of the most popular asset classes in the DST marketplace. Demand continues to be supported by population growth, moving, downsizing, business expansion, and other life events that create an ongoing need for storage. Historically, self-storage has demonstrated resilience across a variety of economic conditions. Because storage units typically require minimal improvement between tenants, turnover and releasing costs are often lower than many other commercial property types. Strong investor demand has made high-quality self-storage DST offerings competitive and sometimes limited in availability, which may result in more moderate cash-on-cash distribution. Retail remains an important asset class in the DST marketplace. While e-commerce continues to grow, necessary-based retail has remained resilient because consumers still rely on grocery stores, pharmacies, restaurants, fitness centers, healthcare providers, and other essential services. Today's retail DSTs often feature single-tenant net lease properties or shopping centers anchored by nationally recognized retailers such as Target, Costco, Home Depot, Lowe's, and other strong national brands. Many also include service-oriented businesses that are less susceptible to online competition. Investors are also attracted to retail properties with long-term leases, quality tenants, desirable location, and consistent consumer demand. As with any DST investment, it's important to carefully evaluate the property's tenant mix, lease structure, and market fundamentals. Zero coupon DSTs are designed primarily to help 1031 exchange investors meet debt replacement requirements while maximizing tax deferral. These investments typically use higher leverage than traditional DSTs and generally do not make regular cash distribution. Instead, available cash flow is directed towards paying down the property's mortgage over time, building equity through principal reduction rather than current income. Many zero-coupon DSTs feature long-term leases to financially strong, investment-grade tenants occupying mission-critical facilities. A common strategy is to combine a zero-coupon DST with one or more income-producing DSTs, allowing investors to satisfy exchange requirements while still generating current cash flow from other investments. Delaware Statutory Trust offerings are structured as securities under the Securities Act of 1933. As a result, prospective investors receive a private placement memorandum, or PPM, which outlines the property's investment strategy, risks, fees, financing, and other important disclosures. Most DST offerings are available only to accredited investors. Generally, this means having a net worth of more than $1 million, excluding a primary residence, or meeting certain income requirements. Some trusts, businesses, and other entities may also qualify. For eligible investors, DSTs combine the disclosure requirements of a security offering with the potential tax advantage of direct real estate ownership through a Section 1031 exchange. As we conclude this series, here's one final question to consider. Who do you want in your corner during a Delaware Statutory Trust transaction? Someone focused solely on completing a transaction, or a fiduciary committed to helping you evaluate whether a DST is appropriate for your financial goals? At Fiduciary Capital Management, we are a registered investment advisor specializing in 1031 exchanges and Delaware Statutory Trust consulting. Our role is to help investors understand their options, evaluate available strategies, and make informed decisions based on their individual objectives. If you're considering a 1031 exchange or simply have questions about DSTs or commercial real estate, we'd be happy to help. This video is intended for educational purposes only and is not a comprehensive explanation of Delaware Statutory Trust investments or every available DST offering. Each investment is unique, and its objectives, risks, fees, and other important information are fully described in the applicable Private Placement Memorandum, or PPM. If you're considering a 1031 exchange or would like to learn more about current DST opportunities, we're here to help. Please contact us to discuss your specific situation and investment objectives. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to assisting you.